after this.
But he can't, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even equipped to fight this dude. He's not. It's going to have to be a bunch of stuff in there. Joshua will punish this.
Impossible for somebody like Anthony Joshua, who is so big and so strong, to even think he's going to take it easy. Because even if he tries to take it easy, he's so powerful, so strong that even those punches that are being easy.
I'm not dependent on punch power, you know. You know what? It takes a lot more than that to be a great fighter. A lot more than that to be a great fighter. So there's various ways I'll win. But I've got the fighter spirit, and that's how I'll go in there and break him down with my spirit.
Potential matchup between Anthony Joshua, AJ, and Jake Paul carries significant implications for both fighters and the broader boxing landscape. Anthony Joshua, a former heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist, is reportedly considering stepping into the ring with Jake Paul as part of a comeback strategy after a period of relative inactivity.
I deliver what I supposed to deliver years ago. I deliver what they ran from. I deliver what he asked for $50 million for. I'm gonna give him a $50 million knockout.
I honestly listen to what people say sometimes. They're avoided, this person's running. I honestly think some people are deluded. Really, I do think that they've got some sort of a long-term concussion, because no one's running. In terms of 50 million, I'm a businessman. If there was 50.
For Joshua, this fight represents more than a simple contest. It offers an opportunity to rebuild confidence, regain competitive rhythm, and maintain relevance in a sport where timing and momentum are critical. In contrast, Jake Paul views the fight primarily as a lucrative business opportunity. Having cultivated a career through influencer-driven boxing events, Paul seeks to capitalize financially while testing himself against a legitimate, elite heavyweight. While there is speculation that the bout may be officially labeled an exhibition due to regulatory or promotional reasons.
What are we talking here? Like, it's gonna be an exhibition? No, it's a fight. You're a heavyweight. You're calling out heavyweights. You're calling out a heavyweight. You're calling out Anthony Joshua, former world champion. You're calling him out on short notice. It's a fight. You're gonna wear 10-ounce gloves and you're gonna fight 10 rounds, and that's what it is. I don't understand any idea of anything else. Oh, it's gonna be 8-2s? Is it gonna be 15-ounce gloves? What the hell are we doing? This is boxing. You want to fight a real guy? You're fighting a real guy, which I am very respectful, and I respect the hell out of Jake Paul if he does step in the ring with Anthony Joshua. No matter what happens, kid's got balls of steel, and I applaud you.
Well, the reason
All analysts and commentators emphasize that Anthony Joshua will approach the fight with full seriousness. The stakes are therefore high. Joshua risks facing criticism if he underperforms, while Paul faces a steep learning curve against an opponent with proven technical skills, physical dominance, and professional experience. Beyond the individual fighters, the bout has broader implications for the sport. A fight of this magnitude generates global attention, attracting mainstream media, casual fans.
I say we don't know yet because Jake Paul has fought in his last fight with Gervonta Davis was going to be an exhibition. They had to do that because of the weight difference. This is still a weight difference here. I mean, Anthony.
No, there's not. No, it's not. It's heavyweight. It's the same weight class.
Well, what do you consider Jake Paul? Cruiserweight or heavyweight?
Heavyweight. How much did he weigh his last fight?
He's fought at cruiserweight. He's also fought at heavyweight. Against Tyson was at heavyweight.
What was his last fight? He's a cruiser. He's a heavyweight.
What was
his
his
last
fight? His last fight was at cruiser against Chavez. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like the reason Gervonta Davis fight.
He fought Chavez after Tyson. I guess Tyson was that long ago. Wow.
Yeah, it was a year ago. This week, I was looking at my Instagram memories. I was in Dallas, Texas, getting ready for me pooping my pants on Netflix. That was about a year ago. Exhibition. These are questions that are asked. These are questions that are attached to.
And boxing purists alike. It also raises questions about the intersection of entertainment-driven influencer boxing and traditional professional boxing, as well as the potential consequences for legacy, credibility, and fan perception. The combination of business, reputation, and competitive stakes ensures that this matchup is a significant event within the heavyweight division, with ramifications that extend beyond a single night in the ring, influencing both fighters' trajectories.
Seemed to come to a surprise for many. How close are we to making that fight, Eddie?
Not that close. I mean, there are conversations. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome. But if he's serious about the fight, and if it can get made, there's a very good chance we'll do it.
Is it on Netflix, and what did DAZN have to say of the fact that it made?
One of the hurdles to overcome. But we were going to have an 8-round run out in December. Just so happens it might be against Jake Paul.
Have you spoke to Nikisa? I know you're not friends with him. What are the conversations you've had?
That's who we're talking about, you know. And if they're serious and if it's real, there's a good chance. But listen, we could wake up tomorrow and he's announced another opponent and he just used AJ's name for clout. Listen, I have to respect him if he takes the fight. But who knows?
What do you think Dana White will make of this fight?
I mean, he did Mayweather against McGregor. He doesn't like Jake Paul. I really couldn't care less what he thinks about the fight. AJ's going to make close to or around a career high.
And public perception of modern boxing. From the perspective of the fighters themselves, the contrast in approach and mindset is striking. Anthony Joshua enters the discussion with a grounded and confident outlook, emphasizing his skill, power, and accumulated experience against top-tier opponents. Joshua believes that Jake Paul is both physically and technically outmatched, underlining the disparity in training, size, and competitive pedigree. His focus is not solely on brute strength. Rather, he highlights the importance of spirit, discipline, and strategy, asserting that victory will come from a combination of mental fortitude and tactical execution. Joshua's approach suggests a measured professional mindset.
Unified champion at the heavyweight division. He is 6'6", 250 pounds. And also, I do think...
Oh, my God.
I do. Jake Paul 6'1", about 220. I want to say this, though. I think Anthony Joshua, he's made stupid money in his career. Dumb money in his career. I don't think he's going to be in a position to be accepting BS terms with Jake Paul if this is really what's going to end up happening. I think we're actually going to get to see Jake Paul against a former heavyweight champion of the world. Do I think that's a smart idea? Absolutely not. For Jake Paul, do I think it would sell? Absolutely. Do I think it'd be very interesting and people would tune in to see if he gets his head knocked off? Absolutely. I genuinely
underscoring that he treats this fight as a legitimate test rather than a promotional spectacle. On the other hand, Jake Paul positions the contest as a career-defining opportunity. Public statements indicate he believes he can knock out Joshua, framing the fight as a high-stakes, high-reward scenario tied to a reported $50 million payday. Paul's confidence, however, is tempered by the fact that he has not faced a top-tier active heavyweight with Joshua's size, skill, and experience. While Paul brings charisma, media influence, and a growing fan base, his boxing acumen is largely derived from a limited professional record and experience against lower caliber or retired opponents. The disparity in experience and training rigor presents a clear challenge for Paul, yet it also defines the narrative of the fight. A highly popular influencer facing an elite, technically refined heavyweight.
For Jake Paul, a much bigger fight than fighting Gervonta Davis. And I mean bigger, not just in the sense of who he's fighting and the size of AJ, I mean bigger in terms of numbers. Like Jake Paul versus AJ does way bigger numbers for me than Gervonta versus AJ. I think this actually does bigger numbers than Terence Crawford versus Canelo. I really do. I think this is, again, if it makes money, it makes sense. Let's talk about the negativity. And look, I get it. Like, if you're like me, I still believe, and look, some might say, well, AJ's just going to pick up, who knows what the numbers are, 80, 100 million, right? And then continue on his trajectory or career to potentially become a world champion again. I don't like this pause.
Joshua, this bout represents a calculated opportunity to leverage his athletic prime, reinforce his dominance, and potentially increase earnings without exposing himself to disproportionate risk. Meanwhile, Paul approaches the fight with a blend of bravado, financial motivation, and the challenge of proving himself against a legitimate champion. Analysts and promoters provide a crucial lens for understanding the implications of the AJ versus Jake Paul matchup. Boxing experts such as Chris Algery, Ryan Garcia, and Paulie Malignaggi emphasize that Joshua is still in peak physical and technical form, meaning Jake Paul faces a real threat rather than a symbolic or promotional opponent. Commentary frequently highlights that even easy punches from Joshua carry substantial danger due to his size, reach, and precise power, signaling that Paul cannot rely on his media-generated confidence alone. Promoter Eddie Hearn underscores the complexities involved in arranging the fight.
This is just me. I still believe that AJ can do damage in the heavyweight division. I believe that. Again, some people are like, no, he's done. Okay, cool. I believe that AJ can do damage again. I look at the heavyweight division and I remove Alexander Usyk from it, and I'm like, AJ can beat a lot of those guys. So I like the idea of AJ staying busy and having real fights against real heavyweights. So I'm not a fan of this pause, especially considering that we've not seen AJ in the ring since September 2024. It's a long time. It's a long time. So if AJ has this fight, we're not going to see AJ in the ring properly until the spring. It's a long time. If AJ was busy, and then had this fight in between, I guess I wouldn't be too mad with it. I get it, right? If someone knocks on your door and says, do you want to fight Jake Paul for 100 million? You're like, you'd be stupid to say no. No, I don't want that 100 million for
fight. Noting Paul's unpredictability, history of opponent cancellations, and delays as logistical challenges, Hearn stresses that if Paul demonstrates genuine commitment, the fight represents one of the largest financial opportunities of Joshua's career, offering a high-reward scenario without significant competitive risk. Critics of such matchups point out that exhibition fights are typically designed for retired fighters or those past their prime, whereas Joshua remains an elite athlete in his physical peak. This distinction elevates the bout's seriousness, as any misjudgment could have reputational or career consequences. Analysts collectively argue that the fight should not be treated as a spectacle alone, highlighting that Joshua's experience, timing, and strategic mindset make him a formidable threat regardless of promotional framing. The commentary also highlights the balancing act faced by promoters, generating media hype and financial gain while maintaining the sport's credibility and protecting the athlete's health. In sum, the consensus among analysts and promoters is that this fight, while commercially lucrative, is a genuine competitive encounter that demands respect from all parties involved. The physical contrast between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul underscores the inherent risk and competitive imbalance of the fight. Anthony Joshua stands at approximately 6'6" and weighs around 250 pounds, with the stature, conditioning, and skill set of an Olympic gold medalist and former heavyweight champion. Observers widely agree that the fight's physical stakes cannot be overstated, making it not just a spectacle but a serious competitive challenge for both fighters. In summary, the potential fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is more than just a spectacle. It's a high-stakes clash of experience, power, and strategy. With Joshua's elite skills and Paul's bold ambition, the bout promises excitement, risk, and massive global attention. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely as this fight could define careers and reshape perceptions in modern boxing.